I already got this one about 3/4 of the way done. All right, so it's got the big stuff done to it. It pushed all the dents out up in here, took care of all that. What we're dealing with today is this one. And this one is relatively straight, except for it took a hit right here. All right. And that's what we're going to be pushing on today. Let's get started. Okay. Now, this one is one of those problematic ones because we're dealing with this body line right here. And that body line is going to show in everything. Whatever color this goes in, that body line has to be right. It has to be straight. And this body line is, I'll use the big straight edge on it. And I'll use the big straight edge on it. It's got a gap. Okay. So this line is a little bit low right here where it took the hit. Bam. Took a hit. Bam. Took a hit. Bam, right here. So it pushed it in. I've already pushed on this somewhat, and I've already took a little DA to it, and I got a little high spot there, but this is still very low. And this dent, when you have something hit right here, it affects everything. Everything through here, there's a lump in the body panel. Everything all the way to this line, there's a lump in that body panel. There's a way low spot, 1/8 of an inch. And it goes this big. So one little ding can affect a huge circle of spot. So what's the best way to go with this? I got to start with this. I got to start with this line. I need to get that line just as good as I can, straight as a string, and then we can deal with low spot and high spot here and work this out. But the most important is that line, because in the big picture, that line is very important. So that's why these dents like this are a pain in the ass. So a little bit more here. As you can see, I'm not using a hammer. I'm just using my hand and my old big screwdriver, and I'm just giving it a slight love tap just in that groove, and not just right here directly underneath this hole. I might actually have to drill another hole, but I'm just doing it from what I have room, and just in that groove, and just letting it remember where it originally came from. Because like I've said in other videos, these metal definitely has a memory. It wants to go back to where it was done at. And we are still going here. And as you can see, I'm using my thumb as a gauge. I know where this is at, so I'm just a little bit to this side of this hole is where it's a little low. So we're just going to continue to give it love taps. And I am not forcing this at all. I am just massaging it. Like I've said before, we are just massaging this. And it's getting better every time that I do this. So all right, now I got this pretty close, and how I did it was, again, I pushed from the inside out this, and I pushed from the inside out this. Now, how I did it was basically I just took my thumb and I used this here to press, and just like you see me doing other panels, I just put a little pressure on it. In fact, I need to put that back where it's good to go because I put a little tweak on it. And then on this one, it did actually reach, and I just give it a with my hand and just kind of gently give it a push out. And I'll say it again and again and again, is that this metal is really it. I mean, it was a quarter of an inch, and now it's a 16th of an inch. And this one, there's no high spots. It's just a hair low, and the body line is dead on. Okay, so it just takes a little time. This took me about 10 minutes. And then you can, there's little ripples in here, and once I DA this, you'll see it where it's low and high, but that's just where we're going to put the mud to make this right, because like I said, I'm not doing a car show. This is just for my daily driver, and we're going to get this slicked out, and then we're going to, so let's get the DA out this. I have to DA these old stripes. They painted over stripes. Paint it, don't do that. Don't paint over stripes. So I'm going to take a good majority of this 7 coats of paint down with the DA with 80 grit with a new pad, and we'll see where we're set once I get done. Okay, I want to talk to you about Bondo. Okay, applying Bondo. I mean, you can pretty much do it any way you want to. You can use the squeegees, you can use a paint stick, you can use a butter knife. I don't give a turkey what you use. But the thing about Bondo is, if you feel like you want to try to put it on as thin as possible, you're going to end up with low spots. So Bondo works best. The way I'll put it is if you think you got it covered, you probably don't. Okay, so it takes time. I tend to put it on thicker than most, because for some reason I got a bad judgment of how much I need to put on to cover up this low spot that I'm covering. So I tend to get a little slap happy, a little thick with it, but that also makes it where, and you can tell it was starting to harden a little bit. I took a little bit more time than I wanted to, but it's in there and it's tall enough. And that'll also, if it hardens on you when you're putting it on, that'll also make it where it's thick enough where you're going to make coverage anyways. But I tend to just it on there, let it dry, and sand it down. It might be a little wasteful, but it won't be low. That's for sure. So, and they say a couple hours worth, I've been working at this for a couple hours today. We might just let this sit overnight and start the DA and process tomorrow, or I might give it an hour, and if I get a wild hair after supper. So, to be continued. Oh yeah, and if you're asking why there's light blue and pink, the pink, I had 2 different kind of hardeners. One is colored blue, one's colored red. So red turns gray, pink. Blue turns gray, light blue. But that's why. It was 2 different batches. The first one I did heavy with the hardener because I want to hit the big spots, and then I went back with then I used up all I had on the red one, and then I did a little bit lighter on the hardener on the second batch so it would stay pliable for longer, so I could get all the little spots that I wanted to get. That's why there's 2 different colors of Bondo on these things. Heavy for the big spots, pink for the big spots, light blue for the small spots. Okay, I don't know if you guys care, but this is kind of what I've always done, and I've always used Bondo brand because I've always been just a home guy doing it. And I always, when I buy Bondo, it comes with 1 can of hardener in the little cup. Well, the little cup never gets used, but I always buy an extra hardener because there never seems to be enough hardener with the can of Bondo. So you always run out of hardener before you do the Bondo. So, and I always just use a piece of cardboard. And I usually try to go something a little longer than wider, so that you actually have something to grab a hold of whenever you're scooping it, so you're not getting your hands in the middle of it. So you can make your pad here, your pile here, and you have something to grab a hold of, scoop it off of, and spoon it. And I don't know if you guys want to know, but we'll show it. I mean, it's pretty simple process. I just use we got 2 panels to do today, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to use pretty much all this can today. What's left? I got about a half a can left. You can see half can. So I just use a paint stick and scoop it out. I guys use a something metal, screwdriver, whatever you got. I just scoop it out of the can. Yep, and sometimes that happens because this is Bondo over time, and this can is a little bit old, probably a year. I've used some of it, but I haven't used a ton of it. So Bondo can get a little bit of a pain in the ass, as it gets older. Fresh cans always work better. But this is gonna do about half of what I have left here. And a lot of guys like to thin this down. I just use it like it is. This is what I'm used to. All right, there we go. She's got a little crud on it. Just run your fingernail across it. It'll be all right. All right, and then which one is my older one? I got a black and a red. We'll make it pink this time. How's that? And it does tend to separate over time, but just get it in there. It'll get the job done. And of course, sometimes the top comes off. It just gets old and crappy. We'll throw that away. All right, and then you can either use your paint stick to get started because this is pretty thick and it got clumpy in its old age. But you're basically just turning the gray into pink. That's all you're going to do. That's what the hardener is supposed to do. To get the main thing started here. All right, I'm going to throw this away. And you're basically just mixing it until all the little gray streaks go away and you're pink. That's all you're doing. Just getting rid of the gray, turn everything pink. And see how there's still a little gray in there? You just move it around, get everything scooped up, get everything moved around. All right. There we go. Now we're pink, and now I grab it with my finger. Okay, and we're back to, again, multicolors, okay? But here's the thing about this panel, is that everything that's red is a possibility of being a little bit low, because that was the top coat. And, I don't know what the thickness of it was, but it was pretty thick. So we've got most of the Bondo down, filling the spots that needs to be filled here. This is the biggie right here. See this? That low spot was this big. And that low spot from that hit, and this is that, see where the filler is right here on this edge? So we're going to see how clean that is. But that's how big that spot was, and that was that rust spot. And there ended up being a low spot up here. And low spot here, and some work to be done. But basically the red, this is all just DA'd. This is not final block sand or anything, so it's late. And I have to work start working doubles tomorrow. So we're just going to shoot some primer on this and see, because it's hard for me to tell. I'm not that guy, okay? I can feel them. I can feel highs and lows, but I haven't been doing this for 30 years as a job, so I don't have that micro feel. So it helps me to put a coat of something on it light to see highs and lows. And since we blew it off and wiped it off and there's a lot of metal showing, we're going to use etching primer on this one to grab a hold of that bare metal. While she's wet and she's going to sit overnight and harden, I'll just show you. See all this? This is scratches. I DA'd this sucker. See? Scratches. See it? I spent an hour DAing this whole panel, end to end, stem to stern, knocking everything down, and she still has scratches. Look at that. Scratches and lines. Look here. Scratches and lines that after, a couple hours of doing it, I couldn't feel my fingers anymore. But she's still got a lot of work to go. Look at all this. Now she's pretty straight. There's no major dents left. Okay, there you can see it. See the Bondo? See, primer will soak right into Bondo like a sponge. It's dry to wet. And so you can see where the Bondo line is here for that thing. But that's how much of a low spot there was in that panel. Okay, so that's going to cure. So we're not anywhere near close done. Little spots here, spots there. So this is gonna let this sit overnight. Turn everything off. Just shut it up and let it sit. And see scratches. Look. And I'm tired enough now that I don't even feel those. And I DA'd this panel for an hour with 80 grit, and it still got scratches in it. That's how foobarred this fender was. But the big thing is that the big dents are gone. The panel where the troublesome area, remember that kink in the middle center of it? Look at that line. Look at that body line. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Everything else can be worked, but that body line right there, that's the hard one. And she's straight as a string. Look at there. And she was dented up. That was a 1/4 inch deep dent on both sides of that thing with crinkle, dead center. Yeah, that's pretty good. So if you're still here and you're watching, like, share, and subscribe. Come back for number 3, number 4, whatever this is. Come back for the next one, because we're going to just keep working these, and I'm going to go step by step, show you how to do it at home tools, to get your ride back on the road respectively. With respect, respectively, whichever way it goes. So like, share, and subscribe, smash that bell, hit that button, tell your friends about UncleBucksStuff.com. Y'all have a great day, because a great day today and a couple hours of work, you can be 90% done with your panel. Y'all be good.